been a tough start to life in the Premier League, even a cup loss to start things off this season. It's going to be a rough year and maybe a busy couple of days. We head towards the end of the transfer window. First of all, an away fixture against Aston Villa before what I predict to be a very busy transfer deadline day. Make sure to stay tuned for hopefully a few fantastic transfers. What is going on there, guys? Kempy here and welcome back to the channel. It's a Wrexham video on a Tuesday. Obviously the tactic video was done on Monday rather than Tuesday, so it's a little switch around, but I hope you guys do like the fact we've got a Wrexham video on Tuesday today. So I hope you guys are excited and hopefully we can turn this season around. It's been a shocking start to life in the Barclays Premier League. It's not been great, has it? Last time you were here, a 2-1 loss to Liverpool. We really did show some good form, and a 3-1 loss to Arsenal, which we sort of got to turn over a little bit more in. This one hurts, a 3-2 loss to Southampton. Now, if we look at the Premier League preview, where are Southampton predicted to finish? 15th. And that was 3-2, and we were at home as well. So that one certainly hurts just a little bit. And then in terms of the Cup, we drew 1-1 with Ipswich and lost on penalties. It was a fully rotated side, to be fair to us. But yeah, we're now sitting in a position where we are 19th in the Premier League. We've got Aston Villa today, who are currently sitting in 5th with 3 wins from their first 4 games. And I think it's at a point where we're going to need to bring some players in. In terms of the outgoings, Robert Berrio is hopefully going to go on loan to either Maccabi Haifa, St Gallen or Sivasspor to be a first choice keeper over there. Because I think it's already done, and I've not even shown you guys this. We've got a new goalkeeper. Dominik Livakovic is in. If you guys play FM or even FIFA at this point sometimes, this guy's a pick-up on everyone's saves and everyone's footballing experience. This guy is fantastic, and I've decided after them first 4 games Sam Johnston just was not good enough, and this guy is a fantastic shot stopper. His aerials, communication, all slightly on the down low, but he's a fantastic goalkeeper and is certainly an upgrade on Sam Johnston. He has been at Ipswich since pretty much the start of the save with Leicester. For pretty much the first 2 seasons, he was main goalkeeper, and from there he did fall away. Their goalkeeper now is Walter Benitez, or the former Nice goalkeeper. Yeah, so a decent keeper. But yeah, I think we've brought in the better one in Dominik Livakovic, and I'm surprised he's not played much football, but a very cheap purchase of £5 million for a keeper of his quality, I think is much needed, and that can get Robert Berrio out on loan for this season. He can go and improve, and the next season he can come in to be our first choice goalkeeper. Luis Zamorano is someone that I'm also looking to move on loan and want him to go out there and get a bit more first team football. And then Jose Araya finally has kicked up enough fuss to the point where I'm letting him leave, even for £10 million. But I think you can see here, looks like a B-Tech version if you're looking at the pictures, but I can assure you this guy is much better. Rene Sol. If you are Argentinian or have pronunciation similar to an Argentine, how is that pronounced? Is it Rene Sole or Sole? Or again, I'm not fantastic with pronunciation, but Rene Sol is what we're going to call him for now. He was signed for Austin FC from Deportivo Maipú, who I think are a second division Argentinian side. He was doing very well over there. He's gone over to America and continued doing very, very well. He's got 16 finishing, 16 composure, 16 determination, decent speed and agility as well. The one thing I liked about him, he's 6'2", so he's a big boy, and compared to our man Jose Araya, he's certainly on the bigger side. If we do compare the two of them as well, there is quite a clear player who is better. He's got more speed, more physicals, more aerials, more technicals, and his attacking is better as well. He lacks defensively and with vision. You know what? For a striker, I don't need you to do that. And for £6.2 million, it is pretty much a straight swap money-wise. So that should be a brand new signing to compete with Daryl Dike, who, don't get me wrong, two starts, 2 goals, I'm very happy with. But I wasn't happy with Araya off the bench, especially with the fuss he has been kicking off as well. So I think a couple of good transfers there. I think that is all. Yeah, Rene Sole should come in with that money, and we are pretty much going to be spent. But we're going to see how things get on against Aston Villa. We're going to start off with Livakovic in goal for sure. And then pretty much the back line is back to full strength now with Reece Williams in the team. Pinto's obviously back in right wing now as well. So we just got to hope this team could be enough for us. We need Abdul Salam to get back on that top form. But let's get into this one away against Aston Villa. If anything happens transfers before that, I'll make sure to let you guys know. One quick interruption from myself. We are running an FM23 or mystery shirt giveaway, depending on if you don't have FM23 already. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel, retweet the tweet, which will be in the description down below. So make sure to head down there. Just go on that tweet. All you got to do is retweet that tweet, subscribe to the channel on YouTube. If you want to follow on Twitter, it helps even more. And just comment down below on that tweet as well who you are using in your FM23 save. And you could be given a chance to win a copy of FM23. Hopefully it brings some new people to the channel, and hopefully you can help us grow as well. So thank you massively for the support. 450 subs already, and we're giving 50 new people a chance as well. But if you've been subscribed from day one, make sure to head to that tweet, retweet it, and get in below of who your team is for FM23. But without further ado, let's hopefully get in to 3 points against Aston Villa. 3 points against Aston Villa, you say? Well, Villa's team to try and stop us have got Vitor Roque up front. Watkins, Ramsey, Bailey, McGinn, Douglas Luiz. Didn't even get to the defence, but it's very strong. Today there's a few changes for us, mainly in defence, where Rosman comes in at left back, and obviously Lilakovic gets the start in goal. Things are looking bleak for us, but not quite as bleak as things might look for Leeds, who have 5 games played and a minus 14 goal difference already. Obviously, we are only 3 games into the season, so it's not panic stations just yet. That Aston Villa defence includes Henry, Diego Carlos, Jonathan Tah, and Brandon Williams, I believe that is. It was Nico Williams at right back with Arda in goal. So a very, very strong side for them as well. Let's just get that Wrexham formation back up there as well. But yeah, this is hopefully going to be a bit of a better performance than we have shown recently. And one thing I want to say as well is I hope you guys watched that game on BBC One. The Wrexham versus Sheffield United game was mind-blowing. Such a good game to watch. Proper football that, and a 3-3 result in the end. An absolute heartbreak late goal from Sheffield United makes it a replay. Going to be tough away at Sheffield United, but I believe them Wrexham boys can go there and do it. So make sure to tune in real life to Wrexham as well, because it's a fantastic story down in the National League that Rob and Ryan are building, and they're doing so well. Talking of so well, we could have got off to a fantastic start there. Arturo Pinto showing why he's the starting right winger over Darren O'Hanlon now, and Daryl DK coming close to putting us 1-0 up. Bellingham with a ball in the box, it is cleared, and Leon Bailey is going to get this one clear. Villa definitely the team on top, but XG wise, we have definitely put in a fair fight. Only 3 shots for us, 2 on target though. Villa having a lot of shots but not getting them on target, so hopefully we can keep them from range. But let's just get into this one now. Pinto down the right hand side with Sam Curtis. That should be a nice little link up, and a great ball over the top to Daryl DK. 3 starts, 3 goals for the big man. Daryl DK has been fantastic, and regardless of who we sign, René Solé does look very good, the Argentine, but you can't drop a man that scores in every single game he plays, and he bursts through the defence. They cannot keep up with him, and the keeper just couldn't stop it. I wouldn't say it was the most difficult shot to stop, but when DK's running down on you, you cannot stop them. Now, we have done very well in the first half in both of the games you guys have seen, and we've just managed to let it slip in the second half, obviously against very, very good opposition, don't get me wrong, but this game would be lovely just to try and keep it a little bit tighter, and maybe it's down to me not going cautious just yet. It's Jacob Ramsey on the ball in that cam spot, getting it back to Nico Williams to Ollie Watkins, and just as I was saying, 1 minute into the second half, that's exactly what's happened in both the other games, I think, as well. As we've come out from half-time, we have been punished, and 1-1 just after the break is a right killer of a time to concede a goal. It's just 55 minutes in terms of performances. Reece Williams not having the greatest of games, but the midfield is holding its own. Abdul Salam is not having a great game yet again, and we're going to get Sylvester Chindo on for his debut for the club, and we get Carney Chukwuemeka on as well in midfield. I believe against his old club. He went from Villa to Chelsea, so against his old club, can he show that he is still up for it? One thing I don't think I've spoke about as well was a slight tactical tweak that we have done. I'll get there in a second. Thank God he was offside. A good save though from Milakovic. But tactical tweak, if you can see the bottom right corner, hopefully I've zoomed there. It'll be big on my face if I have, so hopefully I haven't zoomed there. But ball middle midfielder is James Garner. Deep line playmaker where there was the Mazzala, rather than deep line playmaker being a little bit deeper, and Bellingham still has that centre mid on attack. It should just give us a little bit of security in midfield. I was worried that we were going to start getting more and more overrun against these very good sides. So I've made that minor tweak of just a couple of rolls, really just swapping a Mazzala for a ball winner. So, and then moving the deep line playmaker just slightly further forward. I hope it does well for us. I'm going to get Dino Micella on in that spot there. And I will get on Darren O'Hanlon for... Maybe not. I'll get Owen O'Malley on for Blaz Rosman as 4 changes. 5 minutes to go. We're just going to drop into a cautious style of play. A 1-1 result away at Villa Park would not be a bad way to get points on the board for us. Just 2 minutes to go. We are going to go defensive. I think we're going to have to do a bit more of this. A bit more of this defensive style of play. A bit more of this shithousery, I will say. A few dodgy changes, but please not now. 92nd minute. It's a ball in the box. And Connor Roberts, who we've brought on literally 20 seconds ago, clears the ball off the line and secures us a point. Now that's made his signing worth it straight away. A point on the board, a good point as well against a very, very strong Aston Villa side. I'm very happy with that. Debut's given to Chindo, debut given to Lilikovic as well, who we've got some very, very good saves off as well. Let's go forward now to transfer deadline day, see if anything else is going to happen, obviously, other than the 2 brand new signings. That is it for gameplay. So if you're only here for gameplay, I've not got time to do a second game. So it is deadline day and kaput. So if you're here for transfers, now is the time to pay attention. Deadline day, let's get ahead to it right now. 12 hours before deadline day, everything will be pretty much done, I think. Rene Sole, we've got to quickly press delay while we accept Jose Araya heading to AEK. Now we've got a 20% next sell-on fee for him as well. Jose Araya was very, very good for us last season, but been a very, very grumpy boy this season. I would like to ask for confirmation, please, Mr. Rene Sole, because you are now a Wrexham lad through and through, a 6'2" Argentinian striker who's going to rip up the Premier League. Many have in the past. I'm sure this guy will as well. Rene, I hope you are as good as I think you are. Looking at your stats, I had the same hunch about Jose Araya, and he was fantastic. Now, Sole, I think, is going to hopefully be even better, and he's also Argentinian, so we'll link up with Pinto quite nicely. Zamorano has got his work permit, so he's heading out to St Mirren on loan. Make a nice little parting comment to him, so he can feel nice and happy and proud to go up and play in Scotland. Now, a lot of business is done. I'm not sure if there's much else to happen. Dino Micella could be signing a brand new contract with the hope that he goes out on loan. So I'd like to sign a centre midfielder. I think if he goes for a bit more cover, maybe someone of even an even younger age to help us out in that position, or maybe someone with a bit more of experienced head. I'm not too sure yet. Zamorano has just gone as well. He's a fantastic young player, Franco Gutierrez, but not one for us. He's a left winger. We've got a lot of them. This guy was looking at bringing in Daniel Nachev. Some very, very good stats in there, especially passing wise, 16 passing flair and vision. But he's not going to get a work permit, which is rather frustrating. Looking at the scouting, let's have a just look. Is there any centre midfielders on here that might tickle my fancy? £5 million is what we have got. A player from Sparta Prague always prompts me to look at Sparta Prague, see how they're getting on. Who's their hot prospect? 15 to 20 pace. Just shame he cannot finish. Key player is Lucas Pavlic, a left back who looks fantastic. Have you got any centre mids for me, lads? It'd probably be someone like Finn Becker. Don't know who you are. Any regen ones that are really good? You haven't, have you? You've broken my heart, lads. Martin Wolf. Fantastic name. Would like to come in on loan. I might just do it. No, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. He looks good, though, to be fair to him. But yeah, a centre mid is the last thing I think we want. If Micella does end up going out on loan, I have to see on deadline day if we get any pinches for him. Other than that, we're looking for youth players, and we're just going to use that deadline day list as well, because that is always fun on deadline day. It's an added feature for the special day itself. So we'll get into it, get into deadline day, and all that fun it entails. Right, deadline day could be about to get a little bit scary. Lautaro Pinto has an offer from Borussia Dortmund. He's got a £28 million release clause, and by the looks of it, he would quite like to talk to them as well. I would like you to pay all of his money, please, because I don't want him to go anywhere. Oh, they've done it, haven't they? Oh, I love this man so much. £28 million is outrageous. It's not even outrageous. He's not even that bad. That is a spanner in the works. because he's had a very good start to the season as well. And Celso Ferreira is certainly not one to go. Let's hit spacebar a couple of times and see what happens. Maybe he wants to stay at Wrexham. I mean, let's be honest. A 21-year-old Argentinian who's been here for 1 year. He is going to be stupid if he does not go to Borussia Dortmund. I'm going to just keep going forward until we get there. I'm going to keep you guys with me as well, because if that happens, it kicks off and we look for a right winger straight away. Sole, it's no time for Sole. We signed Sole as well with hopes that Pinto could help him through as the two Argentinians. What a shock. A deadline day shock. £28 million. Now, I would have liked that at the start of the window, but with 12 hours to go, I feel like I'm going to get rushed into a decision that I do not want to do. Do I get someone in on loan? I don't know. I'm just waiting for it to potentially go through. Bailey Dunton, I would still quite like to keep at the club. Is he still here? He's still here. Abandoned on deadline day. Lautaro Pinto has gone to Borussia Dortmund. He was a very, very good player. We were beginning to be able to see that. He has got £52,000 a week. So they offered him 12 grand, more than enough. Sadly, Pinto is at the door. I go away. I have some chicken wings. I come back and we've lost our best player. That's a big shame. And a big player to lose as well. And with 8 hours to go, we've got £33 million to try and find someone that can do the same job as Mr. Pinto. This player looks fantastic, by the way. Them stats are unbelievable. £2.5 million. Who are you, Andy Delfier? That does not seem real. £2.5 million. I've literally just stumbled across this guy. We're meant to be looking for a right winger, but in classic Will fashion. Here we are looking at a right back. Maybe he's not as good as I thought, because you compare him to Sam. He's not great. His mentals are fantastic. Go and improve a little bit. Add him to a shortlist, shall we? Go and improve a bit more, Andy. See if you can be used to us in the future. A right winger, then, is what we are looking for. And a right winger that can do a job right away. He needs to be good enough to... I mean, really, he needs to be even better than Pinto. And that is going to be difficult person to find. Let's have a look, shall we? Players for search, right wing. And let's see where that comes out. Right then, we've got a few options here. We put it so work permit is likely. And this is how I now search for players, especially with in the UK anyway. Age-wise, I normally put it down to about 23, 25, but I'm not going to touch that for now. Work permit chance is likely. And then if I want to look at players that I can get that don't require a work permit, I uncheck that and put the home Chrome status to trained in England. Or nationality is Welsh, because we're a Welsh side, so it's good to try and find them players. Now there's a few players here on A- that could be good. They are not ready though, for sure. Who is Rodrigo Coensao? He looks good, not as good. Denner, not as good. Noah Lang is a very, very good player, someone I like a lot in real life as well, Noah. And of a good age, where potentially we could be able to bring him in for a year or two and he could be a real catalyst for us. He's still at Club Brugge. Great flair, good aggression, bravery, great dribbling and crossing. Decently paced, but it's more that flair that I like. Doesn't really enjoy big matches, but massively consistent, which Pinto wasn't. He was slightly inconsistent. We compared the two. Noah Lang, yeah, but I thought Noah Lang was the blue. Pinto was so good. We need to find someone on that same level. Let's sort this by world reputation, and see if there's anyone on here potentially that creeps out to us. I'm going to have a look through, get a few on the shortlist and show you guys once we've found 3 or 4 potentials. Right, it's been quite a while with me scouting through and trying to find some very good players. I've got a few that I really like. So first of all is a right winger here in Jose Francisco de Boer. Decent finishing, composure, really quick as well. Now you have to bear with me. I've looked through a lot of players. Is he the guy? Yeah, he's got a very similar graph to Pinto. He's nothing on Pinto, but no one is anything on Pinto, especially anyone that's interested in coming to us. Now, he is 6'1", which I like a lot. He's left-footed, so he's probably better at cutting in. 34 appearances, 14 goals for his club, and he's very cheap as well. Here's one we're definitely going to keep an eye of. There's Leo here, a right winger who we cannot see anything about, but I could tell from what I could see, I like the look of him a lot. He's quite determined, finishing, dribbling, first touch, free kick taking, crossing looks good, pace looks really good, passing looks really good, technique, vision, teamwork, flair looks good. This guy looks really good, and he's just £10 million. His ability there, I like the look of, and he definitely looks like a better player than the guy we just looked at. Leo is someone I'm definitely tempted by. De Silva, I am 100% tempted by, especially if we do get rid of Dino Micella on loan. This guy could definitely come in. £13 million. And if we compare the two, they're very, very similar, but this guy's definitely better at going forward. And I think that's a really good move. When Dino does want to go out on loan, I think that's a great move to get him in. Julian Duranville, a very good player in real life, has scouted him. Dribbling, fantastic. Finishing, fantastic. Flair, technique, pace is really, really good. I just don't like the fact he's weak on his left foot. And I would want him playing on that right side, cutting in. £36 million. We could definitely get there in some way. A tempting one. Definitely one to see. Who else we got here? We got Ignacio Russo, a right winger from Salernitana in Italy. He again looks good. A bit more well-rounded. Possibly not quite good enough, I would say. Richard Gibson, I think, is someone I'm going to sign. He's an 18-year-old player from Manchester United, looking for a move, fantastic flair, teamwork, and his determination's good at 18 years of age as well. It's like £1 million. It is like £1 million. So I think that's a great deal. £500,000 in for him. And from them, I'm going to bid for Leo, which is 10 million British sterling, and De Silva for 13 million as well. That is going to be some serious transfers in. De Silva, Leo, Gibson, or hopefully Gibson. And there is one more as well that I've not shown you guys. Is a young German, Philip Fromming. I think he came up on the scout list. He caught my eye. I didn't do anything then, but I have put a bid in for him now from Bayern Munich. He's an 18-year-old centre-half who looks fantastic. And yeah, we've got him scouted and he looks brilliant. So we're going to be trying to bring him in as well. Let's get these contracts underway. Richard Gibson, you'll go into the youth setup for now, but not on that sort of bloody money. That Manchester United money has got this kid wanting a lot of money. Now, anything above sort of 12k, yeah, that's fine. I'm happy with that. Leo has major doubts. A lot of money is going to be needed to get this guy in. He looks fantastic. I need to just adjust the wage budget a little bit. Give us a bit more wiggle room in this. Put that up to 60. I like the fact that's a 53 million release clause. That gives me confidence that he is quite some player. We'll remove them two and see if we can get him on that 60k would be great. Little Leo on the right wing and De Silva in midfield as well. I think he looks really, really good. 19 years of age, even younger than I thought he was, which is brilliant. Again, at £51 million. He's clearly quite the talent on just 23k a week. Let's get them deals over the line, and also this Fromming deal as well. Again, yep, I did want to loan you out, so that works well for me. We'll take that off because I think you'll smash through that quite quickly, my son. And around 13k should get you over the line. Just the last few clicks. £14,000 for Philip Fromming. That'll be 4 fantastic signings on deadline day. And not what I expected to happen at all. I thought I was going to be finishing up before I even got my chicken wings. But I got to eat the wings. And here we are. Wings have fired me up for deadline day. And I've had some, I've not had Red Bull, but Red Bull gives you wings and so does chicken wings. Let's get these deals confirmed. Right then, Mr. De Silva has had his work permit all confirmed. £13 million. Not the one I want done straight away. That does allow us to get Bailey Dunton out on loan as well. This guy looks really, really good indeed. I think Leo is going to come through next of all. He is. De Silva, very good. 3-star potential of 4.5/5.5. 5.5 stars? That'd be mental. 4.5 stars. Centre midfielder here. Deep line playmaker on support is what we are going to be using him as. Obviously, we have got 2 centre mids ahead of him who have just escaped my mind. Hannibal Medjugorje and Joe Bellingham. But this guy, yeah, very, very good. Extremely consistent, which we couldn't even see last time. That is lovely to see. Aggressive. His natural fitness is fantastic. His determination is great. Passing, fantastic. Great stats all over the board, runs through the centre with the ball and comes deep to get the ball. So he is going to keep things ticking very, very nicely. Richard Gibson has chosen us, and the big signing, the right winger, Leo the Lion at right wing. Leo is going to be quite some player for us, I think. Richard Gibson does look really good as I hoped he would. Please, Leo, be good. We really don't know anything about him. That's a lovely, lovely sign. Oh, he looks fantastic. Slightly inconsistent. Pinto was as well. 16 dribbling, 16 first touch, 16 teamwork, good determination, decisions and flair, decent pace, great passing, a risk, a massive risk, but that has paid off. Runs through the centre, gets forward and possible, argues with officials, I love that, and cuts inside from the right wing. Media handling, he's volatile, media friendly and confrontational, so that makes zero sense whatsoever. But let's compare this guy to Pinto. How have we done? Different. Good, different? Potentially good, different. Slightly bit worse attacking, slightly bit worse speed, slightly bit worse aerial, but mentally, defensively, physical, vision and technical is better for Leo. Worth very similar amounts of money. Leo on lots of money, but that is a great sign, I think. Leo is in as our right winger. We've got literally Philip Fromming to come in next of all. I imagine that's going to be the next click, and that is going to be deadline day done, and that is not what I expected. If you guys want to see how these guys, De Silva and Leo, get on at the club, the two brand new Brazilians, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Like the video so I know you like the signs that we have made as well. And make sure to come back for tomorrow because they are both certainly going to be getting their debuts. I'm not going to go too far in the future because things haven't started fantastic and I cannot come back when we are basically relegated because that would not be what you guys want to see. But Philip Fromming is in as well. I'm going to make sure to try and get him out on loan. Bailey Dunton, he is going on loan to QPR. And I'm going to get Dino Machella out on loan as well, so he doesn't get disappointed when his new contract goes through. So there's 3 hours of the window to go. I'm going to finish this off by myself. We are all done. I can promise you that. Thank you guys for watching as always. I'm massively appreciative. So go over to that tweet and get yourself in with a chance of winning FM23 as well. Give yourselves a chance to play, to a bit of payback to yourself as a thank you to supporting a new up and coming creator. So thank you very much. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll speak to you next time.